There's this guy who has been impersonating Technoblade, calling himself Technolarp. I just don't get the whole LARPing thing. Like, hey, this might be an unpopular opinion. I just don't like people LARPing as YouTubers. That's just a fancy way of you copying someone's content. Sure, I mean, if the YouTuber is fine with it, who am I to judge you? Do whatever you want. It's your life. I couldn't care less. But this one is serious, man. Like, this guy, his name is Technolarp, and he's been impersonating Technoblade. You guys may know, or you may not know, but I have made a video on Technoblade in the past. He was my favorite YouTuber. I loved him, and so does the Minecraft community. Everyone adores him, everyone loves him. So I understand why someone would do something like this, like impersonating him in good faith. That I understand. But this guy clearly is not doing it in good faith. I think he's lost the plot. The fame has got to his head, and he's forgotten how he started this as a tribute to Technoblade, but now he's doing it for his own profit. You may have even seen Most Critical's video on it. He's talked about it, and he made it very clear that he finds this very weird.
I just made a video flapping my gums about how I find it to be weird and distasteful. It's not in good taste, and there's certain things about it I find to be disrespectful, to be honest. The fact that Technolarper reached out to Technoblade's father asking permission to impersonate his deceased son, never got a response, and took the silence as permission to just go ahead, go hog wild, hit the gas, and do it anyway until he's told otherwise. Basically, better to ask for forgiveness than permission. I just found that to be, no matter how you spin it, odd, and seemingly not caring about how the father of this beloved YouTuber would feel about you making a career off pretending to be him, even going so far as to play with his friend, Skeppy, while still in character as Technoblade LARPer. And I just made it clear that I don't like it.
I personally find this weird too. He's still doing it actively when people are condemning him for it. And I'm not saying his fans are condemning him for it. It's Technoblade's dad. Yes, he didn't come out and say no, but he didn't say yes either. He's definitely conflicted on this whole situation, and he doesn't want to talk about it. Yet this guy continues to make videos LARPing as Technoblade. I just find this situation very peculiar because it's really bizarre. I don't even know what to say. I was writing a script for this video, and then I decided to just go ahead and speak my thoughts because I think this is a really bizarre situation, and this is something that I don't even think should be said out loud. I think this is very weird. It's just really odd. I mean, he claims that he is giving money to charity. That turned out to be false because it's only a 50-50 split that he's giving to charity. He did a whole ass poll regarding that, and his community that now follows him, or his diehard LARP fans, voted for 50-50 split. So if he makes any money, or when he makes any money off of his videos because his channel's not monetized, he's gonna keep 50% for himself and give 50% to charity.
We hit 40k. I've been thinking financially, I'm not in the greatest position, and this channel makes no money. I would like it all to go to charity when it does start making money. However, hosting these events that I want to make and getting a $250 flight sim to beat Minecraft, etc., I would like to know from you, the community of Technoblade, if I deserve even a portion of the money made. Been thinking about it for a while. While I do have to put effort into making this content, which should be worth something, it wouldn't be watched if not for Technoblade's legacy. And then ran a poll to his community about should 25% of the money go to charity, so Technolarp gets most of it, 50%, so he gets half, 75%, so he gets a little, or 100%, he gets none. The community voted mainly for 50-50. So if the channel got monetized, well, and also it's not an if. In his statement, he literally says, I would like it all to go to charity when it does start making money. So it does seem like that was the plan, or at least he was expecting Technodad to grant him his blessing for it. And then he then goes into saying, but, you know, there's a lot of effort that goes into this content, which should be worth something. And then pulls his audience about like, well, how much can I take from this? You know, like, how much would be okay with you guys? Again, that does feel kind of contradictory to what everyone says about the Technolarp channel and what he was saying during stream about like, well, all of it's, you know, to benefit charity. it seems like even a month ago he was at least kicking around the idea of taking some of the money himself when the channel was monetized. So that's not even from like the personal donation link. That's from the channel being monetized. If it got when it got monetized, according to him. So like, it seems like that may have been something that he was actually exploring.
Now look, what I don't like about this guy is he doesn't try to see the other side, but he tries to make excuses and why everyone else is wrong and he's right. He tries guilt tripping, saying that his financial situation is not good. Like, he's guilt tripping people based on that. I think that's just completely wrong. I don't care how your financial situation is. Look, I know how bad it is to be in a bad financial situation. I almost was homeless for a while. It got that bad. So I know more than anyone how it feels to be in a bad financial situation. But I still would never do any of the LARPing thing. It wouldn't even cross my mind to make content this way because that's just not who I am and it just doesn't seem morally right. The concept is so weird. I just cannot comprehend the following of the LARP tubers or the people who like that. Like, for Technoblade, he has so many videos on his channel. There is no way you have seen all of his videos. So if you crave more Technoblade content, then just go watch his old videos and just keep rewatching them. That's what I do. I'm going to speak on this as a fan of Technoblade. I wouldn't watch a LARP tuber, especially Technolarp, because that's just not Technoblade. And that's unhealthy. That's parasocial and unhealthy behavior. Let's say even if Technoblade did condone this type of content, I still wouldn't watch it because that's not the person I like. That's someone pretending to be someone that I like. Like, sure, maybe I would get a chuckle or two off of one or two videos, but after seeing more and more, I just think, man, that's just weird. The thing is, he's not even making new content. Like, I'm not saying that it would be better if he was, but he's copying Technoblade's content one-to-one. And he collabed with Skeppy. That's a whole different thing where people obviously are disappointed in Skeppy for reaching out to him. Skeppy probably did this in good faith, like he misses his friend and this guy impersonates his friend. I don't think Skeppy's or this guy's intentions are bad. I just think this is a very odd situation. The guy is manipulating everyone and lying. Basically, in Moist Critical's video, he said that he hasn't made a video or hasn't streamed ever since Moist Critical made his video on Technolarp, which was a blatant lie. I was exposed and he called him a liar because that is what he's doing. He's still trying to manipulate people into thinking that he's innocent and he's just doing this in good faith, when basically he is trying to do this for personal gain. He's publicly saying something else while he's also pocketing the money.
He didn't go live on his own, but he did a live stream with LARP Penguin Zero. When yesterday? You're right, that was yesterday. So you have been live after the video too. That's not true. Just it wasn't on your own account, brother. Like, I was talking about this situation. Is that bad? You can talk about whatever you want, man. But your point was that you haven't done this since, and that is categorically false. You've done it every day since even this post, the one that you say was like a joke. And you said that you haven't since I made my video. You have. Like, you can do that if you want, but why are you trying to pretend that you weren't or lying that you weren't? Like, you wanted me to find more context because you thought it makes you look better. It makes you look a lot worse, man.
I can never comprehend liking someone who is pretending to be someone that you like or liked in the past. If you're into that, you do you. But I think we can all unanimously agree that this is weird. What he's doing with Technoblade's legacy, even if it was in good faith, even if he was giving away everything to charity, I think it is so weird to do this off of Technoblade. And he tries to manipulate also by saying LARP Penguin Z0 is okay with it, or he spoke about it and he looks up to you, to Moist Critical. And his response was hilarious.
LARP Penguin Zero also spoke about it. He looks up to you. Brother, I got nothing against the LARP tuber community. I thought I made that abundantly clear. And you're fine to have different feelings on it if the LARP tubers feel differently on it. But yours is a very unique case where you are building a very successful career off of LARPing as a deceased beloved individual and directly integrating into the community, whether or not you believe it, as his replacement. And I think you knew that going into it, man. I saw your Twitter. One of the things you posted was about how you're surprised by how little drama there was around what you're doing.
The guy just doesn't stop. He never got an okay from Techno's dad. He just took Techno Dad's response as a yes, when that's clearly a no.
Then why not just be you? Then why do it all as Technolarp then? Knowing that it makes Technoblade's father uncomfortable. Why not just be inspired by him then? Instead of try to be him. My view on what Technodad feels and what you think are not the same, we should not assume. So what do you think Technodad feels then? That's an interesting perspective. Do you think he's wrong to feel inconclusive on this? I'd like to hear a little more on that. Because I think this one's pretty clear cut. I'm not making an assumption on how he feels. I think it comes across very clear. He even says, like, very bluntly, it's inconclusive. I think he feels a little overwhelmed and doesn't want to think about it at the moment. Did not get any negative or positive feel from it. That's so interesting. That's very convenient. So then let's play with that. So he's overwhelmed and doesn't want to think about it. So you keep doing it in the meantime. So you don't think he feels positively or negatively, just overwhelmed. Which inherently is kind of a negative thing, to be overwhelmed. I'm still thinking about it all. When? While actively still doing it? I don't know, man.
Just don't do it. That's not a yes. So why is he still making videos and why is he still streaming? I just find it so weird. And he's lying about so many things. He's manipulating everyone. He's trying to guilt trip everyone. I just think that's just not right. Now that's my opinion on it. By the way, all of Technoblade's friends dislike this. Hypixel spoke about this, Tubbo spoke about this, and they all dislike it. And they were Technoblade's friends. If he doesn't stop now, then that's just so weird.
And it's not just me that thinks it's weird, by the way. People in the community, people like Tubbo, are also expressing similar sentiment. Is it safe to say I'm really not sure I'm a fan of this whole LARP account trend thing? It just feels off. And then a response from Sneaksnag, you're not a fan of a dude impersonating our dead friend? And he says, I know, right? This isn't an uncommon or perspective that's only shared by those that are biased and haven't done enough research or missed context. Like, these are people that knew Technoblade, people that are in the community, and they are also expressing similar sentiment that it's weird. It's not great.
Anyway, what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.